I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey.
You're... Why are you here?
I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Foles.
Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. It was you, Melissa Foster.
No! Olga!
Eek! I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up.
Thanks. We're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime.
Yeah. There's one more big obstacle we've got to get past.
Obstacle?
Yeah. Motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway?
Motive, huh?
Anyway, we're still badly in need of information.
Information, right.
What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. One more thing.
What is it?
Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for. Didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lied.
Suppose, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago.
Okay, trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture reminds me of everything. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. How you could fall apart any minute.
So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years?
Huh. Sorry, buddy. But you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute. True, I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Your girlfriend? Huh?
Hey, hold on there. You say Hawthorne?
The victim's last name.
Dahlia Hawthorne. Battery's little sister.
Oh, what? Are you serious?
Girl, let it go. Yeah, come closer, and I'll kill her. Sorry, you're not gonna get the chance.
The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it.
Wrong. Don't protect sister. Valerie, betray me. Betray us.
What do you mean she betrayed you?
Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping, too.
A make-believe kidnapping?
Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel.
Did he actually say my teen angel? Seen one too many soap operas.
I'll do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says.
Anything Dahlia says. Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by
Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too.
Valerie was in on it?
Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. Get one jewel? That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. Sent to her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell her make exchange on Dusky Bridge. Tell her Valerie make transfer because she knew detective. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. In the end, you were planning on splitting the $2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman! That woman! Valerie! She do it for real! She shoot at me for real! Me and Dahlia! I was shot in the arm. Dahlia, she's jumping river.
Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you?
I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Looking with police all over. And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me.
Man, Terry Foles. He killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below.
"5 years. All I wonder is, why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know." But that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yeah, I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear an answer come from her mouth, that's all.
Well, that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that.
Just one thing, Zebra Boy. Senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Foles, where is it?
Huh? What's what?
Come on now, kitten. The ransom. $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? The police take it? I know.
Huh? You don't know?
Oh, really? I don't know. Go on. Dahlia.
Wait, with Dahlia?
That day, on the bridge. Dahlia put it in the backpack. Now go. With Dahlia. Go. Forever. In the Eagle River.
It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute.
You can come back in now. We're about ready to go.
Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, did you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne?
They found it. My sweet Dahlia.
They never found her.
It's all about River. Go on. Dahlia. My teen angel. Your teen angel? How old was she anyway? 14.
14? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds.
She plans a fake kidnapping that disappears into the river with a rock worth $2 million. Man, oh man. Angels these days.
Falls takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel, or is she really a...
It's time, kitten. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now.
You bet.
We have a diamond.
Woohoo!
Training wheels come off now, Mia. You gotta strike while the iron is hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it. Let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Foles. Witness, are you feeling better?
Yeah, Your Honor. I'll try my best.
You're a brave young lady.
Not this again.
I can understand the defense lawyer wanted to get her client off the hook. However, trying to pin the crime on an innocent student is...
What are you talking about?
My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer.
A motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next.
Oh, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive?
Yes, of course. I think.
Huh. Still acting as tame as a kitten. Kitten.
Mr. Armando.
Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro.
Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that.
Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge?
Of course! Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like.
I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true.
I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. It looks like this witness is a real professional.
What do you mean?
Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights right up. Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say.
I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I'd never ever even been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster.
Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile.
You bet. Somehow I have to tie her to this case.
Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago.
Hold it! A grudge.
Well, policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death.
Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt.
Objection! My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges.
He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot about the poor policewoman as well.
What do you mean by that?
Your client, he forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well.
Well, she's right about that. Mr. Foles is kind of forgetful. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What do you mean by that?
We can tell who she was without some kind of identification, right?
Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification.
If I'd been wearing a white scarf that day, he probably would have tried to kill me.
It's true. He's clearly a bitter man.
This is bad. Mr. Foles' reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with the last statement?
Get it added.
Your Honor, the witness said just now was tremendously important. I'd like to add it to the official testimony.
Prosecution has no objection. After all, defendant is a killer, and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point.
No, that's not why
Enough! Witness, if you would.
My pleasure, Mr. Judge. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
it's true. Mr. Foles did give instructions to Valerie Hawthorne about their meeting. The note that she left says, "Wear a white scarf for identification."
Yes. What about it?
Isn't it obvious? Doesn't it strike you as odd? That note was a secret piece of evidence. How is it that the witness knows about it?
Order! Is odd, isn't it? Now, Mr. Edgeworth, you show top secret evidence to the witness. Your Honor, I certainly never gave anyone permission to do such a thing.
In that case, the only way the witness could know about the note was—
Just a moment! Of course I didn't know about the note. It's just, I saw it when it happened. With my own eyes. When the victim went to see the killer, she used her own scarf to signal him. That's why I assumed that this signal was a white scarf.
Suppose that makes sense.
Come on, Mia. You can't let her weasel out of it that easily. Witness, sorry, but your explanation here isn't gonna work.
But why? It's true! That's what I saw!
Impossible. There's no way you could have seen the victim use a white scarf to signal him. Take that! You said several times in your testimony that the victim was wearing a scarf. A white scarf, correct?
Yes. Is something wrong?
That's what I'd like to know, Miss Foster. Have a look at this. It's the victim's scarf. I'm sure people would disagree about what to call this color. However,
We're having a debate here about what color. It looks like blue to me. What do you think?
it does look like blue.
It's that thing about like, is the dress look white and gold or?
It looks sky blue. It's certainly not white. You knew what the note said.
She knew. Contents of the note? No!
It says, wear a white scarf for identification. That's the reason why you said it was white. Well, Miss Foster?
Order! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public.
And yet, the witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Foles is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person.
Did you say one more person? That's right. A person that no one would have suspected. You figured it out, kitten?
Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was Valerie.
No.
No, not Valerie. What's her name? Dahlia. Yeah. Take that! And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before.
Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there.
What's this? So, who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne? Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. Dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Foles.
Objection! You said she was killed, but was she really?
What are you implying?
Of course, people thought she died 5 years ago. When she fell off the Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found.
Objection! He was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
Objection! But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old, 5 years ago. If she was still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are.
Objection! Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying...
But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago.
Oh!
What? This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? Ah, nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. On this, you can tie all the loose ends together. You're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist.
I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now is my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm.
Witness, who are you anyway? I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness.
Yes, I understand.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You don't mean... Yes. Prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses.
What did he say?
Huh. Looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go.
No way! Then why?
If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to... victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. But I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well, but, well, as you can see...
Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years?
That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime.
Objection! Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder?
Objection! Really, Miss Faye, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost.
Dare you?
Please, let's take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious. Her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her.
What?
Inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Faye, have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister?
Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned it around on me.
Huh. Think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. Defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim.
That wasn't me. It was this guy, the crazy coffee addict.
Objection! I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Huh. What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets.
I am sweating bullets.
You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
Of course.
No. Just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you.
Up to me?
The rashness of youth. How charming.
This coming from someone younger than me.
Now then, let's not waste any more time, Miss Faye. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne?
Diamond.
No, the victim's no.
The story starts after Terry Foles escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, "Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. The whole truth must come out." Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth.
Truth?
There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently.
Objection! A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was this secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne. Terry Foles. There's only one important secret that connects them all.
Oh yes, I know the secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony.
What testimony?
Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things. Such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters.
Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it will be painful for you. Can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf?
Yes, I'll try, the judge.
Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia. But this will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles.
5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Foles. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister, Valerie, brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Foles in the arm. That's when Mr. Foles tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived. I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life.
Kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe after all that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous! Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Faye,
Yes, Your Honor?
as you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again, be extremely gentle in your cross-examination.
Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again.
Huh. We're not allowed to fight. Then let's twist some arms. Listen up. Still got that info. That ace up our sleeve.
What info?
Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged.
That's right. It was a fake kidnapping. Terry Foles taught us that in the lobby.
I'll do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says.
What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too.
Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret.
That's why Mr. Foles tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind.
You say that Mr. Foles pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe.
But it's true! I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Foles.
I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said, that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible.
Impossible?
I asked that the court recall the condition of the Dusky Bridge, now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind, as you have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dr. Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible.
Objection! Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why? For all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then.
Objection!
But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference.
All right. The witness concurred just as the witnesses testified. Then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this?
You see,
Oops. Objection! Just a moment, Your Honor. True that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge.
What do you mean?
After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Foles panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. That's true. She would have fallen into the river. Now, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct?
now that you mention it, I do remember now. When I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires.
You can't be serious.
Order in the court! It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion.
Objection!
Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault.
What?
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Foles panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible.
Ridiculous! What's so impossible about it?
Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would have been impossible to push someone off from there.
No!
Well, let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over.
Objection!
So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Foles had been shot right in the right arm.
Ah!
And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. So, Mr. Foles, throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible.
What is the meaning of this?
Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally.
What? What is this?
I know.
Indeed. What do you mean by such a ridiculous remark?
Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun in handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide. Objection!
Perhaps. Still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current. But even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Objection! Oh? Then what was it? What was so important that she wanted to jump into the river?
The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River.
Now comes the diamond.
5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond.
No, it can't be.
Yes, Dahlia had planned it from the beginning. The $2 million. She was gonna keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Foles to help her to fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river. With the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack.
Why, that's simply ridiculous! Order! 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 Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped him make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? Objection! But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping?
Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder.
What do you mean by that?
On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Foles, Valerie called her sister Dahlia. And then she told her what she was planning to do.
Nothing to do? She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note.
That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill two birds with one stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister Valerie Hawthorne.
Who is that? Laughing at a time like this?
Forgive me. It's just hilarious.
Goodness. Is that you?
You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey. You certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally. You have the evidence to back it up, don't you?
Evidence?
Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted it with Mr. Foles and my sister.
Well,
And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence to at least show that.
Well, Miss Fey?
I don't know.
What a joke. You, Miss Fey. Are you stupid or something?
How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof that Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
It seems come to the end. To be honest, witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense.
Of course you are.
Is this it? Is it really over? That girl has made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it.
Huh. Without evidence, the trial is over? Who decided that?
Mr. Armando.
Come on now, kid. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony.
Testimony?
On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Foles' stolen car and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right?
Yes, that's right.
In that case, there's only one answer, right? There is only one person left who could testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person who can testify to that demon woman's crimes?
Terry.
Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness.
A new witness?
Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Foles.
The defendant?
There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia, disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Foles.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? Why not? Prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand.
This is my last chance, Mr. Foles. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left.
Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me.
Mr. Foles, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million.
That's not true. Mr. Foles, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne, or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago she promised never ever betray each other.
Harry.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was like, oh, Dahlia, it's true. You are alive.
You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad.
Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you.
You shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there is one thing I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
I will allow Mr. Foles to testify once, and once only. Now then, Mr. Foles, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness! I'm sorry! I apologize! Water! Please, water! Can't talk. Eat water! Huh. Oh well, guess I'll have to be my coffee instead. You still match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of Bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on Bridge. Watched my car from Bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie. Not my Dahlia.
Mr. Foles, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you?
That's enough, Miss Faye. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Faye, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Is this how you want it to end, Mr. Foles? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence.
There's only one person who can stop it. You can think. Wasn't there, so I waited on Bridge.
So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure, huh? Well then I'm sure too, Mr. Foles. I'm sure that you're lying.
Huh? What? Oh? I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Faye.
You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right?
But that's the victim at the end of the bridge.
Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Foles, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Foles? Please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth.
I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go. A special place. Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah. It's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She bought a memento to represent our love.
A memento?
5 years ago, I hid it under the base of the tree there. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to get. Do you recognize that?
I do.
This little bottle on a necklace is your memento? It's quite charming. It looks empty.
Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car.
No! Indeed. Certainly was enough time for it.
I've still got a chance. Mr. Foles, there's no mistaking it. Huh? Mr. Foles? Uh-oh.
That's enough. Please. Witness. I promised her 5 years ago. If it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle. Oh. No! Stop the trial! Your Honor! We need a recess! I was stupid. I couldn't keep promise. So I did. I drank this.
No, we were so close. Just a little more. I was gonna prove your innocence.
No, don't want that. Don't trust Sel. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Tanya again.
Mr. Foles!
Mr. Armando. For the coffee.
Mr. Foles! And so my first trial ended, suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep in my soul I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face.
Unforgivable. That witch.
Mr. Armando?
So close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. We're just a little too soft, kitten.
It's my fault! It's all my fault Mr. Foles killed himself!
Don't cry, kitten. It's gonna make my coffee all salty.
I knew it! I knew I wasn't cut out for this!
Mia. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
Mr. Armando?
No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, always fade over time, and you file them away and eventually forget them. 1 year later, in this very same courthouse, I, myself, got wrapped up in that case. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. It's finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Fortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this. That's the end of episode 4. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hello guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, you can check out my social media platforms, which are right below my screen. Please check us out and support the show that way. Don't forget, you can watch the action all live on twitch.tv/Stu Waters, where all the action is live with no breaks and no edits. Hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.